Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to ATM 8, all the mods 8. I am over here in my hazmat suit checking out my fission reactor because... So I went ahead and I made this industrial turbine. The smallest you can make it is 5x5x5 and the max you can make it is 17 by 18. I made mine 9x9 by 11 tall just to kind of match what I'm making over here. This is 11 by 11 by 11 here, so I made a decently sized one over here so that it can keep up with the heat and coolant and whatnot. Right now I have it dumping just because look at it. You can't even really see it, and I wanted you guys to see what it looked like, so I just had it dumping for the time being just so that you could see what it looks like. You got so many different blocks that goes into this. You need the turbine casings and the structural glass. You can see by the layout here, it's just the outline with the turbine casings, and then the industrial glass kind of goes in the middle below the vents here. Speaking of vents, you're going to need 2 turbine valves, 24 turbine vents, and 8 saturating condensers. Now, the size that I made it is you're gonna need a lot more than that. These are the saturating condensers up here, and then here are my vents here. They have like 7 going across to 14 on each side, and then up there we have these pressure dispensers. They got to be on the same layer. It's got to be on the whole layer in which this rotational complex is in. And that's going to be right above our turbine rotors and blades. And you're going to need 2 blades for each rotor that you make. And I have my rotors going all the way from top to bottom, basically. On top of that, you're going to need this electromagnetic coil, which goes on top of your rotor, complex rotor thing. My Bob, yeah, I know how to say things. All right, we get it. I'm a dum-dum. Anyway, but yeah, so it's actually really super duper simple, okay? So you can make these turbine valves, and what you can do is input the steam through here. I have it inputting through the quantum entangler porter that I put over here. You can see that the steam is feeding in here. It's doing a really good job, by the way. It's not filling up in any way, shape, or form, so it's... I dropped my shovel. So it's doing really good. I actually have 2 ports feeding this steam into here just because usually what you would do is you use one of these ports for steam and then another port of outputting the energy that this creates. As you can see here, here's our energy over here. It's completely full. But I'm going to go ahead and set this back to dumping excess because you have seen it. Hopefully you understand. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. So I actually changed this up a little bit. You can see I have a bunch of sinks going all the way around. I am reading your comments, by the way. I am getting your tips, I'm getting your tricks, and I appreciate the support so much. But for the time being, I am learning and I'm trying to do things in a way that I can understand. If there is a tip out there where I'm like, oh, you know, like that actually seems way easier, then I'll do that, you know? But for the time being, this is just what I'm doing. So you can go into the UI of the GUI in the fission reactor and go to stats, and you can change the burn rate. And I changed mine currently to 50 because I set it to 100 and it was depleting like crazy. Now I can try and set it to 100, and if it doesn't work, I might turn it off and reset it back to 50 because it's doing a really good job at 50. I got a bunch of polonium pellets going in here. I got a stack of them already. But let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. And hopefully it doesn't blow up on me. Alright, it's at 100. The water is in fact going down, so we're going to stop it. And we're going to go back in here and change it back to 50. We might set it to 75. It's doing good. It's doing good. Yeah, it's not gonna hold it. So we're gonna go ahead and set it back to 50. It'll keep up with that. So 50 is really all we need. We don't need it to go any higher. But the higher you set your burn rate, the more it's going to help produce. And it's gonna get you more of these polonium pellets. It's going to get you more of this nuclear waste, in turn giving you polonium pellets anyways. I do have some more fluorite that I can put in here. This is pretty much all I have it set up. I just got all these pipes feeding out the water into all of these input valve and what are they called? Fission reactor ports, my bad. And I did have this thing blow up on me once. I set it to 100 and I definitely didn't have enough water going in. So it blew up on me, and that's why I'm wearing a hazmat suit. You can see the kind of like a little bit of green particles here and there. That is radiation. So yeah, currently I'm wearing this so that I don't get damaged by the radiation. I would gladly show you, but it's really annoying. Once I get radiated, it goes on for like what, 8 hours or something like that. Not doing it. I'm not being radiated for 8 hours. That is not happening. So I've made an executive decision and tried to do this mod by mod rather than item by item, because there are other items that also required mechanism items to be put into the crafting. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and continue with more mechanism, because like so we're gonna need mechanism stuff. So moving up into the advanced mechanism, it is going to start producing a lot of power. So there is a way to store advanced power. So that's what, you know, that's what this is getting into here. And this, I made this and it's not even close compared to like what the rest of these guys can do. We're gonna want to make a fusion reactor for that kind of power, but we need something to store it with, so we're gonna be going into here doing this. So it's saying here that we're gonna need lithium dust in order to get that, but we need lithium before we even do that. So how do we get lithium? We go over here to the thermal evaporation plant in the normal mechanism quest line. So I'm gonna make 2 of these, pretty much as big as I can make them, 18 blocks tall, and in this format here, which is a 4x4, going all the way up to 18 blocks tall. And so we're gonna need a lot more than just 37 thermal evaporation blocks. We're gonna need more than 2 thermal evaporation valves. We are going to make 2 of these, 1 to make brine and 1 to make lithium. To save some time, I actually made the items necessary to build 2 of these guys. And we're gonna go back into Everbright and do it in Everbright because we do need solar. We do need the sun for this guy. Here are the crafting recipes for the thermal evaporation controller here, 2 advanced control circuits, and the thermal evaporation block. To make the thermal evaporation block, it's just steel with copper, kind of like a gear-like thing. Yeah, makes 4 of them, which is nice. The thermal evaporation valve is an advanced control circuit surrounded by thermal evaporation blocks, kind of like a gear like the other one. So yeah, I made about 477 of these guys. I think I only need 456, and then I made 4 thermal evaporation valves and 2 thermal evaporation controller. So let's go back into our radiation and make a couple of these guys. So I'm gonna set them off to the side here. These advanced solar generators is how we're gonna power them. Now I'm gonna set this up in a way that the controllers are on the top of the tower and I can easily have access to them. So I might have to dig into the ground a little bit and have them pop out here. So we're gonna make them about 2 blocks apart from each other, each one. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple of these blocks and figure out where these are going. So one's gonna go there, and then one is gonna go right here. So they are 2 blocks apart, which is exactly what you need it to be. And then we want it to be eye level, so we're gonna go up another block like so. I'm gonna go ahead and already place these guys down. Do a controller here and a controller here, and then take your valves Put a controller right next, or take the valves, put them right next to the controller like so. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put 2 valves to the side here facing each other on each side. And then, like I said, it's going to be 18 blocks tall. So this is going to be 1, and this is going to be another layer. And then I'm going to put another layer on top of this. So that makes 3. So we need to go down. So it'll go down about that far, at least over here in my world. So I'm going to go ahead and dig these holes out, and I'll get back to you once I'm done with that. Okay, so we have this first hole dug out here, and I'm going to show you a little step-by-step here. We're going to go all the way down the bottom here in a little ring, and then fill in the bottom like so. Okay, but from here on out, we're going to go in a ring. I'm so used to having reach. And we're going to do this all the way up. So we got this filled in. We got this all nice and filled in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take this ring and bring it over to the top, and you'll see it's saying that it's something that's interactable now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take this top layer and do something like that. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing to this side as well, and I'll dig out the hole for this guy here in a minute. And then what we're gonna do is take our advanced solar generators and place them down on here like so, and it should, wow, yeah, it's got energy right off the bat. I'm kind of confused as to why it's not turning on. I guess it didn't like me having these on top here. Okay, so I had it a little bit too tall. That was the problem. So we're going to go ahead and dig the depth out of this guy and finish up on here. So we got our block placing done, except for our solars. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And it looks actually pretty cool. I actually really like it in this general direction over here, and it's like poking out perfectly. It's awesome. So what we're gonna need to do actually is pump water into this guy. So we're gonna take another sink, which I actually might take from this sink down here. So I'm gonna take a pipe, boom, just like that, and then we're gonna take a wrench, push the water in there, and then snag the water from under here, just like so. So it should be, aha, filling up with water. And then it should start converting into brine. There it is. Our water has converted into brine. And we need to feed the brine into this guy to make lithium. So the brine is going in, and it should start filling up. All right, so we have made our lithium, which took no time at all, really. There it is, our lithium. So we need to make the lithium dust. So we need to make a chemical crystallizer. And by the looks of it, this is how you make it. Doesn't seem too difficult. We just need to make these guys. Now, I might just go ahead and put this guy into my refined auto crafting. All right, so we have it in our auto crafting. Now we can just hit start, and we should be getting the chemical crystallizer any second now. All right, we have our chemical crystallizer, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back into the blue skies dimension where we were just at. So what we have in here is liquid lithium, and we need lithium into this guy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna convert the liquid lithium into lithium by using this I can never pronounce this thing. Decondensating. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a rotary condensator, okay? Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so we got the rotary condensator here. I hit the toggle operation here, so it started flowing into the right side. So now it's converting our liquid lithium into just lithium. So I think our next move is to go ahead and deposit our lithium coming from here down below. So we can go over here, go to gases, and then we're going to output the bottom. So now it's getting lithium and it's turning our lithium, and we're running out of power. We're gonna need power over here. So I just put 2 ender gates down, one on the rotary condensator and one on the chemical crystallizer. So now we got our lithium. All right, so there's one more thing I want to do, and it's a good thing I'm wearing my hazmat suit, is I want to switch this thing out for a isolation chamber. What is it called again? Isotopic centrifuge. Isolation chamber. Just like that. So now our nuclear waste is going in here, and it's gonna need power. So now this is gonna start making plutonium. Now I'm gonna have to end this off here. I just wanted to get straight to the point. My last episode was longer than I wanted it to be, and that's Mekanism for you. But hopefully you all enjoyed, and maybe I'll catch you in the next episode. Shoot me a sub. You can subscribe to me, and you will be free. And then on the left-hand side, you can actually check out my previous episode. Matter of fact, if you go onto my channel, I have a whole playlist of all the stuff I did on this server. So please, check it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.